Yo, Slim Chain in the building. Slim Chain. No, I'm playing. I'm playing. It's not Slim Chain no more. It's G Wiz. G Wiz, motherfucker. And I ain't finished yet. I'm gonna drop the fucking album one of these days. One of these days, maybe. Uh, I was just listening to Eminem's new album, The Death of Slim Shady, again. I've probably listened to it more times than I can count at this point. But I like the expanded Mourner's edition. Shit is fire. Fire, fire. It always is. Eminem's bar. Like my shit is probably my favorite song on the entire album. I just got that bitch on repeat. That shit is fire. Fire. Insane, man. This is what happens when a rapper like really takes it, his skill levels in terms of what Eminem does to the absolute peak. Is something to behold. The way he be rapping these days. And he's getting too old to be doing that shit. The track with LL Cool J, that shit was insane. Insane. But anyway, enough dick riding. Marshall, you're my man. Motherfucking GOAT. Undisputed in my opinion. Like, he's just done so much in terms of his lyrical capabilities. But yeah, I wanted to talk about one specific thing that I don't know if anybody's touched on yet. And that is the recent albums of Eminem and what their connection is. Because if you're a longtime Eminem fan, you should know that Eminem's albums have always been connected. I'm not sure if we're going to go through them. We're going to talk about it. But I think all his albums are connected in one way or another to other albums. Like, they're not all connected with each other, but they're all connected with other albums in like little spurts. And then he'll change and do this spurt of albums that are connected, and then this spurt of albums that are connected. Outside of Infinite, probably. I don't believe Infinite. But anyway, the new Eminem albums are also connected. And I'm going to tell you how, and I just kind of had this revelation. And y'all tell me if you think I'm bugging or if this is legit or what your opinions are on this. But if you know Eminem, you know this is what he does. And I'm gonna break it down just to prove that to you. Starting with Infinite. We're going to exclude that one. The death of Slim Shady really got me thinking. Really got me thinking. But maybe as we go through this together, maybe something else will spark. Who knows? So then you had the Slim Shady LP, which a lot of people consider his first album because it was with Dre when he got signed. It's connected to the Marshall Mathers, and it's connected to the Eminem Show because those are the three personas. Those are the three personas that he presented to you, and each album is very much different. All three are considered classics, but none. He doesn't sound the same. He doesn't, rap the same on any of those projects. That's what's crazy to me. Like Eminem albums, and you'll see this pattern also happening. Although I feel like it's not happening so much nowadays. The bearded Eminem just has a particular sound that he's like the pockets he's hitting in his cadences. And he's got a lot of cadences to choose from. But he does a lot of the fast rapping. He's just like evolved. And I think he believes, and he might be right, he believes that he's reached the peak pinnacle of his technical skills in regards to different cadences and attacking the beat. Like, is what it is. Some people don't like the fast rapping, but I mean, you feel like a beast when you do it, bro. When you do it, you feel like a beast, and I'm sure Eminem be feeling like a beast when he's all like, "I coop the garage, out the superstardom. Who'd have thought with mama do the album? God, I screwed up thoughts could do the toddlers. Well, I grew up on ramen, knew the post trauma, do the mama." Like, it's crazy. But those three albums are connected. I'll be getting off topic. ADHD all the way. Shout out Joyner Lucas. And if I knew, because I have seen this addressed before, the topic I'm doing with these albums and the connections. If I knew those YouTubers' names off the top of my head, I would shout them out. But I can't remember. I think I've heard probably two guys, maybe more, talk about how his albums are connected or in the past were connected, but not these new ones. I haven't heard nobody mention this. So after the Eminem show is Encore. That's connected to the Eminem show, right? Because you have the Eminem show with the curtain, and then you had Curtain Call, the Hits album, which is also connected. All those albums have curtains, different color curtains. Red for the Eminem show, blue for Encore, and was it green or blue on the Curtain Call? Oh man. That's a Hits album. I don't really consider it an album. But anyway, fact, oh fact, I'm gonna bang. Anyway, moving past Curtain Call, the other stage that we could talk about is 8 Mile, but I'm not gonna talk about the whole that period in time. We're gonna go from after his absence, when he was struggling with the drugs. When he came back after Encore, it was Relapse. And this is a new segment, not connected to the previous albums. Relapse is, except for the accents, but in terms of the album itself, whole new concept. And just the way that the title of the album makes you feel. At this point, when I say these albums are connected, they're really only connected in one way. I mean, Relapse, Recovery, there's a connection with those words. But the concepts actually aren't, of the albums actually are just totally different. But what he starts doing here is like alliteration, where the word starts the same, like that Tupac song where he's doing it. What is it called? Oh, usually I could think of it. Pistol pop, pussy, pistol pop, like pop, 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 in his flow. Like that's alliteration, and that's what he did with these albums. Relapse, the like the root of the word What is it? We call it the prefix. Relapse, recovery, and then it was uh, revival, because everybody was waiting for that next one. And we eventually got it. But in between there, he did the Bad Meets Evil album and the Marshall Mathers LP2, which is, I mean, obviously connected to the original Marshall Mathers. I'm telling you, all these albums, they're not all connected together, but individually, every album is connected to a separate album in some way, shape, or form. So, where are we at? Marshall Mathers 2, dope album. Dope album. I love that fucking album. It For a while there, I felt like it was my favorite Eminem album. That's how good I thought it was. But this is also where I started listening to Eminem and not really enjoying his music as much initially. At this stage of his career, I have to listen to his shit because he's getting more advanced. And as you get more advanced, sometimes you sacrifice some quality of sound because it just is catchier to the listener, I think, when you have simpler flows and consistent flows. Like, what's that rapper that they say he got one flow? Like, he has one flow and he doesn't need another one. He's made a living off this shit. You know? And there's a number of rappers like that. Eminem wants to push the boundaries of what is possible. I gotta stop dick riding. I'm sorry, y'all. Fuck, where are we at? Talking about Marshall Mathers LP2. Underrated. Revival. I already touched on Revival. And after that, it's a new segment. It's a whole new segment. Kamikaze. And we finally arrived at what I'm considering the most recent Eminem albums. Revival is not connected. Kamikaze. Now we have to think a little deeper. He's making us think a little deeper to connect these three albums. And that's why I'm asking y'all, like, am I bugging? But this is what I'm thinking. Kamikaze, what is that title really implying? What do these titles imply? Kamikaze, he's gonna kill the game and kill himself. When he goes out, he's gonna go out with a bang. He's gonna kill the game. He's gonna take the game with him. That's what he's saying. That's a bold statement, I know, but this is one of the goats, so he felt like saying that to all the critics. Like, I'm gonna just kill all y'all since y'all being disrespectful to my greatness. And there might have been a point where he really felt like his career was in jeopardy after Revival. It sounds crazy now because he's been skyrocketing successes, you know. Yeah, stop dick riding. He always comes back, though. He always comes back. Every time he gets knocked down, Eminem comes back. We've seen that in his career. So much. So much, yo. So Kamikaze going into Music to Be Murdered By. Music to Be Murdered By is basically still touching on the same subject because it's talking about the end of his career. The fact of the matter is, M just don't know where to stop. Like, he loves hip hop. He loves doing the art form. I think it's an outlet for him so he don't lose his sanity. You know? I don't know if there can be an Eminem without rap. And, you know, people struggle to retire. They struggle to retire even in the working class type of jobs. It's an adjustment. And M just hasn't been able to come to grips with doing that. But he's mentioning it. In all three of these albums, he's mentioning it. Music to Be Murdered By. Who's getting murdered? Who's getting murdered? I've thought about that before. And coming off Kamikaze, I kind of think, okay, he's still talking about the rap game. Like, I'm killing y'all. I'm killing y'all. No mercy. Going in on this album, which lyrically and with the wordplay, he was going in on that album. Music to Be Murdered By might just be his lyrically best album. I know that sounds crazy and people are going to disagree with that. But it's just crazy to me. It's crazy to me. Songs like Never Love Again. I love that album as an entirety, and I consider A and B. I just consider it one album. It reminds me of like when Biggie and Pac had the double disc albums. That's just kind of how I perceive it. A lot of people are like, "Oh, A side or B side." It's two separate albums. I don't really look at it like that. It's got the same title. It's the same album. But Music to Be Murdered By might actually be saying that he's murdering himself. Why do I say it? Because now we have the death of Slim Shady. The death of Slim Shady. So it is the end of his career right now, in a way, because he's killing off that persona. Or at least attempting to brush it off and kind of be a more mature man. Because he knows he can't be a 50-year-old rapper and live a lie and rap like Slim Shady LP Eminem. Eminem, man, I've been praying for you, dog. I've been praying for you, dog, because like the way he rapped on "Lace It" with Juice World, the positive message he put into that, you know, it's awesome. It's awesome. When he did use that gospel with Kanye West and Dre produced it, awesome, awesome. Eminem with a positive message is my favorite version of Eminem. Favorite version of Eminem. I know he's getting a lot of slack right now for supporting Kamala from a lot of people, particularly white males, probably. But I don't care about that, man. I don't care about it. I'm gonna tell you what, I don't care about that. I got a Laker hat on. Kobe fucking Bean Bryant. Long live the Mamba. That's the man I looked up to as a kid growing up was Kobe. He was my Michael Jordan. He was my. Hold up. That's my guy. That's my guy. And when he passes away, and not like just regular passes away, when he passes away tragically, with his daughter, motherfuckers are so disrespectful. When he's getting inducted into the Hall of Fame after his death, they want to bring up the rape charges. The rape charges. You don't know what happened. You were not there. What you do off the court should not affect how you're perceived on the court. Okay, if you got to be punished for your actions off the court, fine. Fine. I'm not saying he didn't deserve any punishment. If he had done it, which we don't even know, but it shouldn't affect your perception of him as a basketball player. I'm not going to make a 2K video game and put Karl Malone on it and rate him a 55 overall. That's just idiocracy. Karl Malone is like what, the third or fourth all-time leading scorer in the sports history? Like, Michael Vick was a bad man. Tiger Woods was a bad man. Like, you can't just... I hate when people want to do that. I really do. So, as far as Eminem's political views, I do not give a fuck. Shut the fuck up. I do not give a fuck. If he has different political views than me, I don't care. And I think that's how everybody should be. So when he said I'm drawing this line in the sand and all that shit, yeah, he was wrong for saying that. And he admitted he was wrong later on for saying that. And I think that's right. You should respect other people's political views because they have the right to have them. And especially where we're at now with the mainstream media demonizing each other. Like the left demonizes the right and the right demonizes the left. So it comes down to who do I trust? Who do I believe in the mainstream when both sides are funded by who? The same people. Just trying to control us all. Like, it's wild. Shit's really getting exposed. I hope y'all are ready. Like, we might be going into World War III, though. I seen Biden just approved them to use those missiles in Russia. Russia's getting missiles dropped on them tonight. U.S. missiles. It's no joke. It's no joke. Like, y'all need to get your spiritual house in order. We need to turn back to God as a society. We really do. And I want everybody to realize that. Whew, almost spilled my water. I didn't spill it though. I didn't spill it. All right, so am I bugging or are those albums connected? The Death of Slim Shady. The Death of Slim Shady. Music to be Murdered by. Okay, so let's delve a little bit deeper. In Music to be Murdered by, if he is talking indeed about Slim Shady and foreshadowing the death of Slim Shady, he rapped his ass off on that record, bro. He rapped his ass off. The lyrical, the wordplay. You cannot tell me that's not his best album in terms of wordplay. Never Love Again. You listen to that song, it has two separate meanings. Like you listen to it and you can interpret it as he's talking to a woman or he's talking to drugs. That's just insane skill because it's not just like broad. It's not just broadly hinted at that that's what he's doing. He tells you that's what he's doing, line for line, not the whole song, line for line. You can tell the double entendres. Like, how is every bar like a double entendre? That is insanity. Insanity. Like, I don't know how y'all be trying to say M fell off. Like, y'all need to suck a dick. Suck a dick. Yo. Yeah, I mean, I love that album. Songs like Leaving Heaven. That shit sounds like it could have came straight off the Eminem show. I'm a big fan of the Eminem show too. You know. And I don't want to discount his first two records. They're legendary. I get that. They're lyrical. They're dope. But Eminem has grown as an artist, and technically, I feel like lyrically he's gotten better. Some people don't like it. It's a little too lyrical miracle for them. That's cool. That's cool, but I love that shit. I love that shit. Push the boundaries of what's possible. Push the boundaries. You rhyme 12 syllables in a scheme? 12 syllables? I love that shit. I love that shit. I might just orgasm if I hear 12 syllable scheme. Uh, that's just me. So, he was trying to prove, a lot of y'all don't think he succeeded, but he was trying to prove that I can rap. I cannot be Slim Shady. Slim Shady always pokes his head up, though, in certain little moments in his lyrics. And I don't know if that's ever going to change. But he was trying to say, I'm going to murder Slim Shady. The blonde hair, young me, is not going to stand a chance. Is not going to be able to top what I'm going to do right now on this record. Bar, 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 bar. Like, that's what he was doing. He's battling with himself on that record, too. He's always battling with himself because his younger self was so successful and he's been chasing that ghost almost. Like LeBron talk about chasing that, but he's chasing the ghost of Slim Shady. Like, they think I'll never top this. They say I fell off. They say I'm not the old me. Well, I'm going to show him. I'm going to show him. And he went ballistic on that record. Music to be Murdered By. And then the death of Slim Shady was kind of the continuation of that. Except then he started using the AI Slim Shady voice and made it a whole concept in that way, which was really, really cool. Really cool. So where does he go from here? I have no idea. Are those three albums connected? The more I think about it, I really feel like they are. And could his next album maybe be his last? I don't think so. I mean, it could be theoretically. If you make that argument, I don't think it'd be totally unfounded. But Mike Tyson just stepped in the ring at 50 years old, 58 years old. So some people just can't let it go, I guess. And Eminem says so many times in his lyrics, I'm going to expose in a video one day all the times he said in his lyrics, because I listen to a lot of Eminem, and I be noticing that he says, till I collapse, I'm killing these raps. You know, like, and then it's, what is it? Rabbit Run. Rabbit Run. He says, cyanide, I spit to the grave. Oh, that's a bar. That's a bar. That's prime Eminem for y'all. Y'all say that's prime Eminem? I mean, he was nasty back then, too. He was. Cyanide. You're gonna be foaming at the mouth, right? If you take some a cyanide capsule, you're gonna literally spit to your grave. But he means it literally that he's gonna rap until he drops. And I kind of feel like that's what he's gonna do. He's just gonna keep rapping one day. I mean, he did all them drugs. How long can he possibly live? I hope he lives a long life and gets to. But I think he can die at least a little bit happy at this point. A lot of people have been concerned. Like, is Eminem happy? He's been in the dumps. He pulled himself out of them. He doesn't smile a whole lot, but is he happy? I think he is now. Like he successfully raised his daughters. He's proud of them. You know, Haley's married. He's going to be a granddad. I hope he gets to have some excellent years as a granddad. You know, but I think this is where I'm going to end the video because I did not mean to make a video this long. I just keep getting off topic. I apologize to y'all, but this was just like a quick recording for me where I'm just vamping like I got fangs. Fames? Vamping like I got fangs. The Optane. The Optane? Optane. I don't know. I ain't gonna freestyle right now. Maybe another time. Peace out.